Self-publishing with Dale here on a Friday, and I'm just happy to answer some comments and I'll spend a little bit of time here with you today. And if you happen to be watching this, please help out, share it around. Just to let you know, this is a members-only live chat, but that doesn't mean you're still not welcome here. It's more of a way to kind of keep me on track, so that way I'm answering all the comments as efficiently as possible, because we don't need to be here for the next 10 hours while I'm like fielding questions. So, I'm just going to leave the chat open to members only. And if you want to learn more about how to become a member and help support the cause, you're going to click the join button. There's a little button right next to subscribe that says join. Click on that and it'll give you some details. Don't worry, it's not going to pull out your credit card information unless you actually plunk it down and put it on into there. Every last penny that comes back in to here through the channel memberships help really pay for the overhead costs and for me to continue to do shows like this where I can help you and the community in more ways than one, not just videos. I gotta say, I am beyond pumped right now. I am ecstatic with the project that I have in the works. Some of you saw the pilot episode of what we were tentatively calling at the time Book Rescue. The season will start up in the next couple weeks. It's crazy to kind of see that we're going through it. I've already sat down with our person here for the new season. I don't want to reveal anything, but this person is absolutely amazing so far. The time I've spent with him has been amazing. The guy's got big heart, and I can't wait for every single one of you to get to meet him and get to know him and see why I and the team selected him for the upcoming Book Rescue season. Yeah, you didn't hear that wrong. Season. There's actually going to probably be about 1 to 2 episodes per month of the Book Rescue, and you're actually going to get to follow along with this person and watch as they progress and see their struggles, see some of their successes. So this is actually going to be more of a chronicling vlog style, maybe with some educational touch to it, because you're going to learn some of the things that he gets to learn and hopefully get to implement into your business. But all that to say this, happy about Book Rescue. You want to help contribute to the channel, please join the channel memberships. Never expected, always appreciated. We got 9 members. If we hit our 10th member, we're going to get an extra emoji that you can go ahead and share inside the chat and comments for each one of the videos. We're going to answer some comments today. So let's go ahead and get right to it, because I saw my inbox was flooded. Oh my gosh. So here we go. Great to see each and every single one of you. By the way, how rude of me. So I see there's 5 of you hanging out. SL Michaels, thank you so much for being a channel member. Easy Graphics, I appreciate you being a moderator here. Gold MMO King, thank you so much, King, for joining in today. I just didn't want to not say hi to you guys. That was just completely rude. I'm just getting ready to jump into things. Not 100% today. Kelly and I spent the day out and just really enjoyed ourselves. And I think I probably dehydrated myself. Frequent ASMR water breaks. So my apologies if you get triggered very easily by people drinking water. Yeah, look it up, by the way, if you never heard ASMR. Good stuff. Don't forget to likey the likey button. I friggin' Easy Graphics. That's your thing, dude. That's your thing. You were wondering, like, what is going to be your thing? That should be your thing. Definitely try to make that. So, super looking forward to Book Rescue. Yeah, oh, man. Everyone. This would include myself, Ava, Dan, and to a certain extent Kelly too, because she does have some input into this. We're all absolutely over the moon about doing Book Rescue, but it's not just us. The team up at Fiverr, who have worked on a 6-month-long sponsorship agreement here with me. That will be on the main channel, not here on the podcast channel. They're ecstatic too. They actually came to the table with ideas, and they were the ones that said, why don't we just follow you along for the whole journey? We want to see what you're doing step by step, not just in a short 15-minute video. And I was like, oh, I'm like, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So I don't want to let any more cat of the cat out of the bag as I can here, because I want a lot of this to be some, surprise. We still have one other guest we're considering right now, and I will be getting with that person, I'm saying probably in the next week or so. We just want to make sure the first guest is going to be taken care of. All right, let's get to these comments. This is on the Self-Publishing with Dale podcast channel. Skywriter gets a lot. It's a top commenter. Received one of the highest number of hearts from you. Skywriter, I appreciate all your support. Publicly subscribed for 9 months. I do appreciate it. And folks, every subscription and every watch time minute is really appreciated. So, Dale, you are right. The Vella is accepting nonfiction, and they are accepting nonfiction from authors who aren't huge yet. Vella accepted my series on, hopefully, helpful reason to buy an electric car. Thanks, Dale. Smiley face. Thanks for the info. I appreciate all your support. Keep me updated on how Vella treats you. I should put you. That dialect thing, some people probably like, is he misspelling that? Yeah, I'm misspelling it purposely because I usually say yeah rather than you. All right. NJ Mangas, a subscriber for the past 2 months. Oh, I forgot to lay the context here, folks. You probably know. On the right-hand side shows the video that I'll be commenting about. Here on the left-hand side will be the comment and the commenter. So if you ever want to get a little bit of time on screen, please drop comments over any of the videos. So here we go. NJ Manga says, I purchased tokens for a great Vella story I stumbled on, which was called Ambition, and I didn't expect it to be so good. Oh. Well, I'm just going to say nice. So, was it better than you expected? Or was it actually quite good? I'm not entirely sure. I'm like, did it exceed their expectations? Like they thought it was going to be garbage and turned out to be actually pretty good? I'm not really sure. Won't be hurt. I won't be hurt if you didn't like someone's book. Obviously, I haven't published a single thing to Vella yet, and I probably won't be in the near future. But that's why I really love hearing feedback from within the community. So please keep me up to date on those type of things. All right, NJ Manga says here, there is a few good stories, but a lot of the stories I noticed were stories that were posted on other services, just names have been changed or a scene or two altered. It seems Amazon's pushing preferred authors. Meanwhile, newer authors are getting nothing unless they heavily self-promote. One thing which is annoying is people are posting mislabeled stories with unrelated tags that have nothing to do with the genre, but a few good stories do exist. Yeah, you know... I'm sure, I feel it in my gut that someone's going to mess up Kindle Vella in some capacity. Someone's going to go in there and abuse the system, and then everyone's going to get penalized in the long run. That person probably, hopefully, will end up getting booted from the platform. Yeah, people weren't supposed to just go and take something and retitle it and put it up. You were supposed to put up brand new work. I know some people are like, hey, you know, I don't have it listed anywhere else, and things like that. The jury's out. I just want to kind of see how things kind of play out with Kindle Vella. Again, I just don't plan on tapping into it. At this point, I'm already stretched too thin between 5 YouTube channels, my self-publishing, and everything else. I honestly just don't have enough time to get Kindle Vella on my plate. So yeah, let me know how you guys do on that one. So Grapple, how you doing? How's it going? Joe, what's going on, man? Did you go outside yesterday, dude? Oh my gosh, it was awesome. Kelly and I went out yesterday, spent the entire day off going for a long walk, and we went out to a farm, and we got all over the place, but we were celebrating her half birthday. I just thought, you know, let's have a celebration. And she said, all right, let's do it. So she had a blast. But anyway, beautiful day outside yesterday. Let me see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody that happened to pop in here. All right, let's get back into the comments. Yeah, I imagine some people are trying to work the system. In due time, KDP will iron it out. There we go. Kevin McGuire, my boy. It's a great day outside today. Yeah, I haven't made it outside, but I can tell just by, because I mean, I've got the shades closed here because otherwise I look all washed out. But yeah, it's a beautiful day outside here in Columbus, Ohio. Kevin McGuire says, the first thing I noticed when Novella opened is all their suggested stories had lots of chapters already. It deflated me. One had 86 freaking chapters. Wow. Someone worked their tail off of that. Nafto622 has been a subscriber for the past month. You get 200 free tokens when you log into Vela so you can try it out. I've got a story up, about 15 episodes, and I've also been reading some of the stories to see what others are posting. I like the format, but we will see if it will be profitable. Yes. Please do let me know how it goes for you. And it's good to know about the free tokens. I might grab those and try it out. Yeah, I might give that a shot. You get a thumbs up, you get a heart, because that's my excuse. Because Allison P., longtime supporter here of the channel, not just on podcast channel, but also over on the main channel. Thank you so much, Allison. I've published 3 chapters through Kindle Vella so far, and it's weird since I'm not sure how to view if anyone had looked at them. Like you said, time will tell. Kevin answered, it's on the Kindle Reports dashboard, and she said thanks, and yep, he's right. So yeah, it'll be in the KDP dashboard, so the Kindle Reports. Here we go. We'll reply, and you know, everybody gets thumbs up and hearts. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. I'm not going to give it to myself. That's just weird. Alrighty. Time for another ASMR break. Eliza Knight. As a newly single mother of 3, your videos have helped guide me to find the tools I need to proceed with telling my story. I thank you for all the tips and doing all the research for all of us. God bless. Eliza, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anytime I hear someone who finds some solace or some solution to their problem by consuming any of the content that I have over on Self-Publishing with Dale, as well as the podcast channel here. So thank you. I really appreciate that. I obsess over this business so you guys don't have to. If ever the day comes that you're like, you know what, I've had enough of Dale. I can do this on my own. Please go for that. And I'll be here. You know, you come on back and brush up on your stuff. But, you know, I continually stay inside the trenches and studying this business so I can give this to you. Kind of think of me like the disc jockey for self-publishing news and updates. So, yeah, thank you so much, Eliza. I'm just going to go ahead and just answer this really basically here. But if she happens to watch this, then she'll know. Thanks for the kind words and support. Thumbs up, and if I could triple heart that, I would. Mikhail, Mikhail, thank you so much for all your support. Your video on Genius Links was great. Thank you so much. That actually, that was very interesting. If you didn't catch that video about Genius Links over on the main channel, I highly recommend you go take a look at it. It was actually a pretty interesting case study. It's one of those instances where I've never done this before, shared any portion of my revenue, because I don't like flexing paychecks. That's just not my style. I feel weird about it. So this was one of the very few times I actually showed behind the curtain of one of my streams of revenue. Genius Links ended up, what happens is you can get Amazon Associates access, which will get you affiliate earnings for each one of your different regions, like .com, .co.uk, so on and so forth. And you would just take those and you would attach it to Genius Links. So that way, if you had a product like your book, you could go ahead and just drop it on in there. It'll create a universal link. So that way, when somebody clicks on it, it will be using your Amazon Associates affiliate link, and you would get credit for it. And I think there was like, the first month wasn't too bad. I saw a return on investment. I was like, $5 per month for the Genius Link services. I think I made $8 additional. And then the next month, I invested 5 and I got out about 50. The following month actually got better, but it's starting to dip down. But that's typically been the pattern for Amazon Associates. It's something I'm still playing around with. I'm happy with the paychecks that are coming in from them, but you guys will at least see behind the curtain for a change. So I think that's why Mikhail probably enjoyed some of that deep dive right there. I just got to be selective about when I do things like that, because I'm not too afraid of sharing on camera. Like, hey, I put $5 in and I made $50 extra. That's not a big deal. But then when I start be like, hey, I put $5 in, I got $5,000 more. And then, you know, first of all, A, it's opening me up to a whole world of issues in case someone wants to track me down. And B, it creates almost an unrealistic expectation. Some people don't realize that. You guys get to see the good parts of video creators most of the time. So they're typically showing you all the good stuff and not the work that it requires behind the scenes. All right, let's come on back over here. But thank you so much about the Genius Link video. I just joined, saw 7 pages read, KMP. Oh, there we go. Good stuff. Awesome. Thanks so much. It was a fun case study. Reply. Could you publish poetry through Vela or epic poems like Beowulf? Okay, so from what Samantha's saying is you can publish epic novels, only chapters though. Poetry, not sure, but I don't see why not. Yeah, I'm not sure if poetry is a category. I haven't looked into that, Joe. So I'd say just go ahead and kick around inside that dashboard and see how it looks. You won't hurt anything. Oh, how could I forget? You get a thumbs up and a heart. All right, Sandra Harvey. Is it Sandra? Well, either way, I'm going to call you Sandra because that's the way I'm feeling today. 3 days ago, became a subscriber. Thank you so much. I want to tell you that of the numerous YouTubers on self-publishing, you're the best. Thank you so much. Seriously, as an INTJ with a short attention span to others talking, you keep my attention. I'm finally getting serious with my books. Awesome. I'm glad you find this channel helpful. Stay tuned for more. And thanks for subscribing. Boom. Thumbs up. Heart, of course. Mojo Seed Lack. Yes, by the way, that brings me to a very good point, because right now is a channel member shout out, because we actually have tier 3 when people join the self-published sponsor. That's the highest tier for the channel membership. You get a shout out here in stream. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to say a big shout out over to one of my awesome friends and also a tier 3 member, Mojo Seed Lack. Folks, if you haven't had the opportunity, go track down her channel. I need to just create a link for that. But it's Mojo Seed Lack, MOJOSIEDLAK. Wow. I feel like I sang that out. That wasn't intentional, by the way. All right. So she says, thanks for the shout out, Dale. I was at the gym during your stream. The only way I stay looking 29 with 28 years of experience. That's awesome. You crack me up. Just shouted you out again. There we go. Okay, so these next last 2 videos here, I'll probably have to tell you. So this very first comment is referencing a Smashwords video where I talked about it on the podcast. It's Scrin Worry. Scrin, we're just going to go ahead and identify you that way. How do you add a review for your book on Smashwords? I have NetGalley reviews I'd like to add. They have to publish that to your product page. I don't believe you can post reviews, but it's been a long time since I messed with my Smashwords books. Yeah, Smashwords is kind of like one of those avenues that I pull in a few bucks, like literally a few bucks. It just sits there with probably about maybe like 9 ebooks. Nothing worthwhile. Upgraded membership to self-published sponsor. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. All right, so folks, I do have to give a big shout out here. I said I would do that for each person who actually becomes a self-published sponsor. That's the tier 3 membership here on this channel. I give you a shout out. So I'm going to do you one better. I'm actually going to go ahead and take you on over to her channel. SL Michaels. Look, Dale's streaming right now. That's so weird. I just spoke in the third person. Who do I think I am? The Rock? All right. So, 75 subscribers. Folks, come on, man. Come on. Help her out. Let's tip her on over into 100 subscribers here. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to drop it inside the chat. So if you happen to be watching this on the replay, just look inside the replay chat. And that is SL Michaels' YouTube channel. She's been putting out like some good short form videos lately. Very insightful. She comes in and she's in and she's out with her information. So highly, highly, highly recommend you go over and take a look at SL Michaels. Samantha, thank you so much. You are a gem and a true rock star. I really do appreciate you. So, all right, we're going to come on back on over here. I should have just opened up one for Mojo as well here, so everybody gets to see Mojo. I went through that trouble here. Mojo. There we go. There's Mojo's channel, and I'm going to drop this inside the chat as well. So that way, everybody go over, subscribe to these two amazing ladies here. They are doing awesome things inside the self-publishing community. And you'll find oftentimes the two of them are faster than I am to some of the news. Ex-Nemesis says, according to last week's answering comment session, hey, I'm listening at work several hours after this video was uploaded. Awesome. You're probably listening to this as well several hours after it was uploaded. That's cool. That's awesome. Anytime's great. So question, do we need separate ISBNs for paperback and hardback copies of the same novel? Yes. Yes. Sorry, I'm late. No, you're good. You're good. Mojo says, yes, they are different versions of the same product. Trust what Mojo says. I coached her a few years ago, and she's just amazing, incredible. Even before I even worked with her, she honestly knew the direction that she was going in and how she was going to do it. So, but I'm just going to go ahead and say Mojo is correct. They're two different product SKUs, I should say types, so they require different ISBNs. Yeah, it's a real pain in the butt, and this is one of the reasons why I ended up buying 1,000 ISBNs anyways. I was like, you know what, I just don't feel like fooling around with this, and like if I for whatever reason decide at some point, let's say I just go and I buy 100 ISBNs, which is good, it's plenty. Especially if you're just going to do just a little bit here and there. But I'm anticipating on spreading my back catalog, start adding hardbacks to that. I want to put an ISBN on the audiobook editions of my books, the ebooks. Like, I really am trying to just get it to where everything's pretty much uniform all the way across. So I don't want to have to worry if I have 100 that I'm like, oh no, I've got like 5 more I need to do, and I only have 3 left out of the 100. And then I'm kind of sitting here, you know, scrambling. And not to mention that when you buy 1,000 ISBNs from Bowker, it's about $1,500, which comes out to $1.50 per. Now, I understand some of you can't do that out there. I totally get it. Totally get it. I would, at the very least, recommend that if you're going to buy, try to buy in as much bulk as possible. 10 as a minimum. If you can, 100. And if you definitely have the discretionary expense like I have, just grab the 1,000. In fact, I've actually helped out a couple of friends too that was like, hey, if you don't mind having my imprint on your book, I won't own any of the rights. It's all yours. You could do whatever you want to. And if you ever want to pull the ISBN off, you go ahead. I was like, that's fine. They were like, oh no, and like it's $1.50 per. ASMR moment here, folks. Great channels. I'm subscribed. Love their content. Nice. Okay, so let's move over to the main channel. I'm going to go switch account. All right. And Give me just a moment. I'm going over to comments, and we'll come on over here to the screen share. Okay, we've got some more comments here. I didn't check the held for review on their other channel. Oh, well. ASO says this about the Internet Archive Library pirating your book. So let me ask this. Is selling knowledge ethical? I mean, I'm not born to disagree, but this is true. If the author's alliance is with them, then they are probably not self-published, unedited authors. What do you think? Is selling knowledge ethical? Yes, it is ethical. I'm not sure what you're getting at. Please explain. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, that was really confusing wording. Like, I don't know. What are you talking about? Healing music meditation with Beyond Placebo. I also realized if it's not in the title and subtitle, then there is no chance to rank. Not necessarily. If you're getting a good amount of sales, you won't have to have a keyword in your title and subtitle to get good search results. Everything's different. Now, you have increased likelihood of being pulled up with it in your title subtitle. This is a theory. Amazon's never come out and said, hey, if you put a keyword inside your title subtitle, we'll definitely pull you up. But all signs point towards that direction, that you will get a little bit more favor from the Amazon algorithm should you put a keyword in your title subtitle. But again, you have a chance to rank. Why? It comes down to sales. It comes down to sales ultimately. And so you could have that same keyword you would otherwise try to stuff into a title subtitle. You put it into your 7 keywords. And if you're consistently selling, you're going to trigger that algorithm to serve your book up to that audience based on the keywords you selected. So it's not entirely about title subtitle. Will that help? Yes. But what ultimately helps is your ability to sell books. That's it. Bottom line. They want you to sell stuff to customers so that way they're making money. So that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. So yeah, sorry to kind of get off track, and I don't mean to come off ranty, but I always have to kind of direct people, and you might understand me that, healing music meditation, but I have to make sure I get that out of the way, that it's not all based on the title, subtitle, having the keyword. It has a lot to do with building relevancy, and building relevancy comes down to the best metric in the world, sales. Sell books, build relevancy. You're going to hear a lot of chatter out there and some people talking about this and that, but ultimately it comes down to relevancy. The mistake was buying Publisher Rocket after release of my book. I don't see how that was a mistake. I couldn't put it to any effective use for my first book. Learn the lesson. If what isn't? Oh, keywords. Huh? How would I get my title to work as a keyword? I think what he's saying is having a keyword in your title or subtitle greatly increases your odds of discovery. Ultimately, though, oh, come on, Dale. Ultimately, I'm not pressing T today. That's what I'm not doing. Ultimately, though, it comes down to building relevancy. How do we do that? Consistent sales. Come on, Dale. All right. Boom. All right. Scuba Octopus. Nice name. C. Can you use the pictures you buy to use them for the books you sell on Amazon KDP? With the standard license, you can use it only if it's transformative. In other words, it can't using that image without alteration is a violation. Wow, it sounds like I'm getting into a rap career here. Reach out to the support for clarification. Writer Mike 216 been a subscriber for the past 2 years. Writer Mike, thank you so much for all of the support. Hey Dale, I published a couple Kindle books about 6 years ago. Didn't sell much, but good experience. Got the itch to begin again, and I'm really appreciating your videos. Thank you so much, Writer Mike. Seems like a lot has changed. Just wondering, is 99 cents pretty much the sweet spot price for short reads? If so, wondering if it's worth it. It depends largely on the niche. Study your niche and see how they price theirs. There we go. Thank you so much, Writer Mike. Boom, boom. You get that. Veritas AM says, please, I have a question. Awesome, cool. A book that is printed at $4.99, and they said the minimum price for the book should be $10.56, but the price is $10.99. What do I actually get? If the royalty in some places is $40 and some none, what would be the gain in both areas? Sorry, math is not my strong suit. You'll see how much you profit in your dashboard on the final step of uploading your work. There. Kind of a weird question. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be short on that one there. But like literally, like if you want to know how much you're going to profit, just open up your KDP dashboard. And if you're like, okay, I've got a 300-page manuscript for print, go ahead and upload that as a PDF just to see how it looks. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it formatted or nothing like that because you're not going to actually publish it. When you get to that final step, then you're going to go ahead and see what the pricing is based on the length of it. There's probably a KDP calculator out there somewhere. Honestly, I just don't look it up. I don't bother myself with those little details unless I'm actually uploading the book and such. So yeah, when it comes to that, sorry, I'm horrible at math and I know there's a calculator out there, but I'm just forgetting where. Readsy might have something like that. Any number of resources might have it. I'd say just do a quick Google search. All right. Let's get to the rest of those comments here. Yoon Jae Young, maybe? Okay, so we're just going to stick with Yoon. Hi, Dale. Had a question about building relevancy for keyword. I love talking about that. You said this process will take anywhere from 30 to 90 days. My question is if a book gets like no sales organically, will that book still build relevancy for a keyword even though it's not making any sales? No sales equals no relevancy. Balance of Beauty says, a possible video idea. Since the beginning of this year, I noticed that some KDP authors are keyword stuffing. Yeah, it actually, Balance of Beauty, it's been happening for many, many years. And it's being allowed by KDP. For example, if a book titled Dogs Bark, I've noticed the title on Amazon.com for that book may state Dogs Bark because they like to warn or they are excited, featuring talks of their walks in the park. You get the idea. None of the latter is on that book's title page, yet they've been allowed to keyword stuff. These books are independently published and dated with publishing dates 2020 and this current year 2021. It happens. When I spoke to KDP CSR today on another issue, I inquired about this one. Her response was rather vague. She stated that some companies publish on KDP and they don't use the KDP interface to upload their books. So it seems if you don't use the KDP interface, you can get away with keyword stuffing. However, how do you publish through KDP and not use their interface? She told me to search online. I think that rep was probably highly misguided. There are some like a publishing interface for like some small publishing companies and some trad pub companies that they have a way that they just can pass through that. I don't think that that applies to just them doing the keyword stuffing. I think it's being abused on all fronts, like all fronts. So it could be a small publishing company, or it even could be Joe Jabroni putting out his Werebear Shapeshifter Keto Diet Cookbook. It happens, you know, it sucks. I try to do my best in sharing information that is above board. It's all white hat. There's no black hat tactics to this type of stuff. Should you use keywords? Absolutely. Should you do it at the detriment of your product looking like a paragraph? Like, it's ridiculous. You go on to Amazon. Like, I think I ordered, I don't know, one of my lights, and it was easily like 5 lines of text. You couldn't have just said LED floodlights. No. They put in every stat into there. So it happens. I imagine in due time, they're going to build something within the search engine algorithm that's going to start to suppress that keyword stuff. Google does it now. I imagine Amazon's going to eventually evolve to that. That's speculation. So I can't tell you for sure. I know what they're going to be doing. I'd be full of horse manure. All right, let's get back to this here. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see here. Okay, so for your information, these books that keyword stuff are not major publishing houses. Okay, so you saw the same thing then too, Balance of Beauty. I feel though there are some major publishing houses, even some smaller offshoots of those larger companies do take advantage of that. They're listed as independently published on the description page. Yep. You see independently published, I'm going to tell you this. 99.9999999% of the time, if it says independently published through Amazon, then that usually means that they have a free assigned ISBN from KDP. So that is like a surefire way for you to go ahead and pinpoint anybody who is actually doing self-publishing through Kindle Direct Publishing. But yeah. So have you heard of this, or was this just filler? I'd love it if you'd do a video on this topic. I hope this comment was understandable. Yes, I've covered this a few times on the channel. It's been an issue for as long I've been in the business. Good eye on the independently published. Not too many people realize that. How many words does Grumpy Gus Beat the Blues have? I feel like I've been asked this before. I don't know. I never counted, and I wrote the whole thing on a notepad text file. Then I just pasted it to the illustrations. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure why, like, what difference does it make? You know, don't worry about my, like, honestly, do not, okay? I'm gonna just get this right off the top of my, like, right now. These books, Grumpy Gus, okay? I did all these, well, most of them, on Twitch. It was used as an example book just to kind of show people just how simple it can be to put together a book for rather meager costs. But don't use this as a template, folks. All right. These books are not doing well on the marketplace. Why? Because I don't market them. I don't bother with them. I've thrown an ad at them a time or two, but to be honest with you, I'm not willing to just let an ad just sit there and take money from me unless I'm actually sitting down and actually putting some time into it. And it's not worth my time here to go and advertise this, because this is not a brand I plan on really growing or building. We did go through and fix a lot of the characters on Twitch earlier this year. Could we go back to the series and do it again? Possibly. But I found that just too many people were just bored with it. They were like, meh. It was like people were just kind of tuning out. So I'm like, nah, this isn't worth it. But yes, do not use Grumpy Gus as a template. Don't go into the book and be like, well, he's got 5 words on here, so if I get 5 words, I'm gonna get rich. Like, no, it doesn't work that way, folks. That was merely just showing an example of how you could be able to create a children's book for not too much of an investment, more of a time investment, and publish it. You're going to have to take the same information I've given to you about marketing and promotion, and you have to apply it to that. Otherwise, it just isn't going to go anywhere. Alrighty, I believe that might be the last of the comments. I'm going to go ahead, refresh, and I'll probably peek in on held for review. Okay. I have no idea. Israel. Cool. Giving a tip for the Barnes & Noble thing, so that's awesome. All right, I believe that is just about it for the comments today. Wow, we went really through it. Sound like that meme. Wow. We burned through the comments. That was a really fast one. Kevin McGuire, what's going on, man? When'd you get in here? Did I miss you? I don't write full-time, but day job to me meant real job. Worked for TSA until they medically terminated me for being a disabled veteran. Yeah. It was Dale who got me to write my nonfiction high-content stuff. Would never have actually taken the leap if it wasn't for Dale. Dude, you're a great writer. You're better than you know. You're better than you know. And I think that if you can get more content out there, you're going to do really, really good. I would really recommend that for you easy graphics, start to think about building out something that would be complementary to your YouTube channel. It could be a short read of some sort that would redirect over to your channel. Like you can reference a specific video. But I highly recommend that you start to do that because that will help grow things. My brother wrote this over the course of a weekend. Short read is 6,000 to 7,000 words, but this pulls in, I can't remember how much it was. It was definitely over 1,000, probably closer to like $2,000. We don't do too much promotion for it. There is probably like one ad that pulls in a little bit of traffic, but beyond that, that's a great example. The reason I share that with you is there's many references to the YouTube channel throughout because some of the stuff we didn't necessarily need to put it in there, but it certainly adds context. And in the event someone's like, oh, I want to learn how to do YouTube thumbnails. Well, there's a link that we mention inside the print book that they can redirect, and it'll take them on over showing them how to do that. It pushes our YouTube channel when we bring in traffic from there. It pushes the affiliates pretty much where it'll drive traffic over to our website. It brings in more email subscribers. That was the biggest benefit that I saw from using that little short read that my brother wrote. I think we're going on a couple years because that might have been 2019. Let me take a double check here. Yeah, this was 2019. Yeah, not bad. He's actually working on a series right now about live streaming online. He's working on one for Facebook live streaming and such. For whatever reason, those Facebook live streaming videos do really, really good on my other channel, Live Streaming Tech. I see there's 12 of you hanging out. If you've got questions, please drop them inside the chat. I did not expect to finish up so fast. I want to, of course, get a very quick shout out here. First of all, so that way everybody knows where I'm going here with this. I'm going to go over. Switch account. Come on now. There we go. All right, so if you look here on the screen, you'll see the join button. That's a channel memberships. This is a great way to help support the cause. It's not mandatory. It's not required. There's a good reason why I've got members only. Live chat right now kept me dialed in, and I actually burned through the comments in record time today. But you can click that join button, and if for some reason you're watching this on the mobile, go ahead and open up the description. And inside the description, you'll see there's the actual link to it. It'll take you over to a video where I explain to you what channel memberships are and how it benefits things. I want to, of course, give one final shout out to SL Michaels, one of the new self-published sponsors. That's the tier 3 level, about $10 per month. You can subscribe and unsubscribe whenever you wish to, and YouTube handles all that stuff. I don't really get to do any of that. So go check out SL Michaels again when you get a second. Let's get her up to 100 subscribers. I know that we can do this together. And Mojo Seedlack here, longtime supporter, good friend of mine, 778 subscribers. Come on, let's tip her over the 1,000. She is just about there as well. Now, you might see that I'm not subscribed here on the podcast channel. Oh, I must have done it. I must have felt guilty. Well, you know what? You're going to get it. I never watch from this profile. I usually watch from my main profile, so that's why I wasn't subscribed, so now I am. So you do the same. That would be super, super fantastic. Hey, folks, it's Friday. What do you plan on doing for the weekend? What's going on? Tony Jacobson dropping the 5 spot. Good morning, Rockdale. Tony, let's get together. It's been a minute since you and I last chat. Let's do like a video chat or something like that. I mean, you've got my phone number, for crying out loud. Hit me up, dude. Thank you so much for the 5 spot. I appreciate that. All right. Well, hey, I'm going to start to wrap things up. So join me this coming Monday. We're actually going to be chatting about, give me just a second here. I have to look up. Effective ways to drive traffic to your website. We're actually going to be sticking around websites and such like that for at least the next few weeks on the podcast because we're really building that thing out. And also, I'm super geeked up. The ink is starting to dry on the deal here. I'll be working with author brand kits all the way up to September here on the podcast channel. So you'll be hearing me talking a lot about author brand kits again. They have done she does amazing work for authors. We're going to be covering her rather soon, the author brand kits services on Book Rescue, and it's going to be coming up, but don't say nothing to nobody. All right. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. You folks have a fantastic weekend out there. Take care of yourselves and don't do what I did. Go out in the blazing hot sun and not drink any water because you're going to dehydrate.